Back. I'm Dr. Mo B. Thank you for coming and tuning in with us. I have a special guest with me today, and I'm so excited that she decided to spend her Saturday with me talking about our Dubai trip. Her name is Regina. I have had the pleasure of visiting Spain, Italy, France, Honduras, Belize, Mexico, Egypt, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi with her. I can honestly say that she is the easiest and most uninhibited person to explore a country with. This is a person that you would say, oh, yeah, let's take her with us. You'll have no problem. She enjoys. I don't know if that's the educator in you, but I feel like it has been a true pleasure traveling with her. And then I even had an opportunity to travel with her mom. And I'm happy about that. Thank you for entrusting me in some of your world explorations. My aspiration for you is to get you on the African continent, West Africa, in particular Ghana with me. So did I leave out anything? I forgot. She's also a Zeta.
Yes, I am.
She's a
Z5
Zeta.
sorority.
Right.
Yeah.
She's an
um,
educator.
yes, I'm an educator, special education. East St. Louis School District 189. All right. No, you tackled everything. I enjoy the trips. I have fun when I go and travel with you. You say that I'm an easygoing traveler. You're an easygoing traveler as well, especially with all the planning and everything that you and preparation that you put in place for us so we can have a good time. And with me, I'm just like, okay, I'm going. Let's go and let's see what this has to offer. So
Thank you.
I
Thank
thank you for
you.
that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope that once all of this is over, we can explore the world together some more because I have enjoyed your company.
Oh yes.
But I am
Def-
going to start this conversation by
Go
listening.
ahead.
It's obvious I'm a plus size girl. I said
Yep.
plush, not plus, plush
Flush.
size
Okay. Get
girl.
me too. Yes.
Okay? And Egypt Air is the airline, was my first time getting on Egypt Air when we went to Egypt together and then when we went to Abu Dhabi, the UAE.
Yes.
What'd you think? Because those seats, they worked for me.
Egypt Air was wonderful for um, as Monica say, plush women who are who are endowed in the hip and derriere area like myself. And when we traveled that long distance, it was it was nice. It was comfortable. Not just only leg room, because I really don't have to worry about leg room because I'm only 5'4", but I have to have hip room.
Right.
And I had hip room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just very relaxing to sit there and not have to worry about squeezing in the seat, the airplane seat, stuff like that. And the amenities they provided us with while on the plane were just really nice. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to travel with him again.
Yeah, I'm with you. Egypt Air, that was my first time again. And I think I paid for extra leg room. And sometimes you can be on these airline carriers, pay for extra leg room, and it feels like you don't have extra leg room, but it felt like it. I'm not that tall, but being 5'6", almost 5'6", I
Uh-huh.
needed it, right?
Right.
And the seats were comfortable. And so Egypt Air for me was the start of a good vacation. For
Yes.
I felt that the flight attendants were really nice, attentive, whatever we needed. I had no problems with them, and I look forward to our next trip. So let's talk about Dubai.
Okay.
Prior to going, what was your expectation?
And let me say this. I never have an expectation of anywhere I go.
That's good.
I just go. I don't want to limit myself because I've never been here, so I really don't know what to expect other than what I'm reading or probably maybe have researched on the internet or whatever or heard from others. But for me, I just go
Okay.
and I don't want to have an expectation. I mean, I want to be safe, you know, but I just go and I just let whatever happens for me. So no, I didn't have any expectation, but I can say I was very nervous going out to the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, because just being in the Middle East and wondering how they're going to take in this Black woman.
Yeah.
So that was my fear. I will admit that I had anxiety about that just a little bit, but no expectations, just a little bit of nervousness, and after that, I was fine.
All right, so let's talk about that.
Uh-huh.
I'm always nervous when traveling with Black, traveling as a
Right,
Black
traveling with Black.
Yeah. I'm always nervous about that. But one thing, I didn't feel any stares. I didn't feel
Oh,
uncomfortable. We went during the holiday season.
yes,
We're in an Islamic country. Christmas trees were everywhere.
yes. I was
I
not.
mean,
I
light.
definitely was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that at all.
It was so comforting.
It was.
Like I said, the day before, 2 days before, we celebrated Christmas in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to Dubai on the 27th.
Right.
And so to get there, to get there and to see, like you said, the Christmas decorations, like, oh, okay, all right. So that was very comforting for me.
And I didn't feel, prior to going, I listened to videos and I listened to friends that went, and people made you think that you had to dress a certain way. Now, of course, you don't dress any kind of way anyway, but I didn't feel uncomfortable not having my head wrapped. None of that is necessary. I think that it's because there are so many different ethnicities there that, cultures are embraced.
Oh, yes.
And it may be embraced differently. And we know that the UAE has some issues. We know that there are some issues. But at the same time, just traveling there, I did have an expectation. I thought that I would see more rigidness in hotels and in the mall. And I didn't expect to see all the Western restaurants.
Yes.
When we were in the mall and outside of the mall. Let's just dive right into where do we go? What do we do in Dubai? Your memory probably is better than mine. So I'm gonna let you have that.
You asking the wrong person about when memory wise. But definitely write things down. Dubai, of course, top one, Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, right? Tallest building in the world. Then we did a spice market that was really nice. We did the Dubai Museum, visit the Palm Islands. So we had a few things that were on our list, and we had a lot of fun while we were touring those places.
Mm-hmm. So we had a tour guide. Oh, no problem. Well, while you're doing that, we had a tour guide. His name was Tito. Tito was very cool. He laid the law down. He actually spit a lot of information that I thought was interesting. So again, when I travel, I do travel to learn about the culture and to hear about how people actually lived. And one of the things that I found very interesting is that there's a 10 million population and only 1.5 million were natives, which is really only about 15%.
Yes. Right.
So 1 out of 10 people are actually citizens of the UAE. And to me, that blew my mind to hear that. But he talked about the foreigners really coming to work. Now, here's something that's different than the US. He said, and I didn't fact check, but I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. He said that you really can't become a citizen. So you get over there.
I remember that. Yes.
At 65, you go home.
You go back home. Yes, I remember.
That's interesting. Now, I work, and I could be here for 20 years if my employee continues to, give me a contract, but I can never become a citizen.
And I can't retire here.
And I can't retire here.
Yes, I remember.
65. And I think even with, he said something like they give you 2 months of your salary for every year of service, and then they send you back home. I said, oh, the UAE is not playing. They're serious. Listening to him, it seems like, and we know it's a small population, they take care of their people.
Yes.
They take care of their people, and I really wish the U.S. could do the same.
Could do that. Sorry to interrupt you, but when you said they take care of their people, this one thing that I did notice that I was very surprised about. We didn't see any homelessness We didn't see any homeless people while over there. And Tito did let us know that no,
There
we
is
don't have
no-
any homeless people over here. Everybody is, the government takes care of everybody, that needs that. If they need their help, they're going to take care of them.
And he said that if a person, a foreigner comes and they are given a contract, it is the responsibility of that employer to make sure that they have a place to live.
Yes,
I'm like, now if that's not,
yes,
now we know that they have money. They do have
yeah,
money, they have all money. But at the same time, when we think about being in America, we're constantly thinking negative about these Islamic countries. No country is perfect, but I can get with a country that's going to take care of their citizens. He talked about the amount of money that they pay their citizens for just in and odd jobs to make sure that they're comfortable. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I sign up? How do So you're right. The
you
citizens
and
have.
you and me both. We were both thinking
Mhm.
like, yeah, I can come back and stay here because you're right. Why? And I'm always thinking that about our country.
Exactly.
Why doesn't our country have healthcare for everybody? Like other countries have, and it's just that we know of. It's just very simple. It's just the norm. Or you don't have healthcare like that. And I appreciate when a country is taking care, is there for everyone,
Mhm.
not just for the ones who are the millionaires and billionaires, not for the ones who are running top companies and businesses within the country. You're there for everyone, from the billionaire on down to the poorest person in your country.
Yep.
And I really appreciate that about the UAE. And yes, when we watch TV and we see about the Middle East, it's always negative stuff.
It
It's
is.
always bombings and um, terrorist attacks and stuff like that. So of course you're going to be worried about going over there. But once again, what's being played on their TVs
About it.
about America? So
Mhm.
it's like you just got to go and check it out for yourself.
And I want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm very aware of some of the things that happens in the UAE. A lot of African domestic workers have reported going and being held almost hostage in homes. I understand that there are some things that are not perfect about the UAE, but what
Yeah,
we're doing is sharing our travel experience with you,
right.
because people go. And the reality is, people go to the UAE all the time. And so, for those of you who are interested in going, we're just sharing our experience. But do understand that Regina and I both know that they have some issues as well.
Yes.
We were talking about, would you return, or before I even ask that question, what was your favorite part of our Dubai experience?
I guess being with the group. Just we're a group of ladies. We range from I want to say maybe our early late 20s on up to maybe 70s, I believe. And we know how
Over
to
70.
have, over
Over
70.
70.
Okay, well, over 70. We know how to have fun with each other. And we I guess some of us come with the same expectations that I come with, which is no expectations. Throw them on throw your cares on out the way, because we just coming to see how everybody else is living. What I enjoyed about Dubai, of course, was seeing how beautiful it was, how clean it was, how secure that it was.
Mhm.
That's not the norm for me,
Right.
to see that.
Mhm.
Uh, yes, I'm middle class. I live in a nice neighborhood, but over there in Dubai, you walk out on the street, every corner there was a video camera.
That's right.
Every building had a video camera. Every store we went into, there was a video camera. And this was for, to protect everybody.
I want to go back to a point you made, a couple points you made. You said from the beginning, you talked about having no expectations. I like that. And I'm going to adapt that view, because a lot of times as Westerners, we go and especially Americans, we go and visit other countries using our own lens.
Yeah.
Using our everything should be like the West.
Like this.
I like this because this is what I'm used to. Not realizing everybody has their own culture. Everybody has their own systems and ways. One of the things you also said safety. Do you realize that one night we was out at 11 something eating and walking to a store? We feel safe. We went to a restaurant and ate one night. They were open. And then there was like this cheap dollar type store and we walked. We got out and we felt safe on our own without Tito or anybody.
The restaurant, I know what restaurant you're talking about, but we were even in an area that was away from our hotel.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And there was still security everywhere.
Yeah.
And we had this sense of safety. We're safe. Yeah. Even though it was dark.
Because I'm not walking anywhere at night in Chicago, New York, St. Louis, done. In the US, I'm not walking to eat to get nothing to eat at nighttime and feeling comfortable.
How about you really don't even want to do it when it's
daytime.
3 o'clock in the afternoon? So for us to do that, and it was almost midnight, and we just walking down the street at the restaurant, going to the restaurant, and just ladies out enjoying ourselves, and no problem. Okay. It was safe.
So another interesting thing about Dubai is that we went to the Palm Islands. So there are islands, man-made islands that are in the shape of a palm.
Palm tree. Yeah,
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
You talking money? We saw where the money was.
So you definitely got to put up a little graph of how this palm tree looked. But we took a monorail at the base of the tree.
Right.
And the monorail took us basically to each little city area, I want to say, within the leaf of the palm trees, I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. But we were told, I guess by our tour guide or whatever, that each area of the leaf, as the leaves go up, as the tree go up, that's where the houses get, more luxurious and expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, by the time we started at the first branch or whatever, they were nice condos. You can tell they were expensive, because what do you say?
They spent $1 billion building the Burj Khalifa, which is right now the tallest building in the world. But I think Saudi Arabia is building a building that's supposed to be big, taller than it's like they're competing or something. But I asked a question to him, which I know I probably got on his last nerve. But I asked him about the women, because you hear, people complain about the Islamic women being in full gear and hijab.
Right.
And he said, which if you know this to be different, put it in a comment, let us know. But our tour guide told us the women choose to wear
that.
If they're in full hijab or what is it called? I can't even think. Them all. They're full gears, but I sure checked sisters had those Chanel bags.
Yeah, they did.
Jewelry. I'm like, you covered up, faces beat with beautiful makeup. I'm like, okay.
Eyes got all the mascara and eyes, and they just are blinking as they are covered up, from head.
They covered up, but you can see, and those who weren't covered up full face, they had on a full face of makeup that was good. Yes. We went to the mall. In the mall, Christmas trees were everywhere. It was decorated beautifully. I think I'm trying to figure out the real true hype about Dubai. And maybe Regina, you can tell me. I didn't feel it. Okay, I heard there are over 2,500 stores in this mall. Any restaurant in the U.S. was in the mall, from Cheese Factory to Texas.
We had Popeyes.
And Popeyes and wings.
Popeyes in Dubai.
Right, I did too. I ate Popeyes in Dubai, and they had shrimp, and they were the bomb.
Popeyes in Dubai was spectacular. I've been disappointed ever since coming back, having Popeyes out there in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And I come home for some Popeyes, and It's nothing like that Dubai Popeyes.
Okay, so what do you think about the food?
Hurts me. The Dubai food, the ethnic food. Like you said, they had all of our restaurants, in the mall. But when I go out to a different country, I don't want to eat what I can eat every day at home. I want to try something new. I'm that type of person. Hey, let me try that. Oh, that's some goat. Let me try it. But I thought the food was good.
Okay.
I thought it was good. It was well cooked.
Right.
Tasty, like you said about the falafel. Y'all was crazy about the falafel and everything. It was good.
It was good. So check out our next video when we're going to talk about the food in Abu Dhabi, because I think it's a difference. It was better to me. But would you return, real quick, we're going to wrap up. Would you return? And if so, why?
I would return to Dubai because even though I feel like I've seen everything I wanted to, could possibly see in Dubai, I still would go back because I know a lot of people would like to visit, and I wouldn't mind going back and visit with them. I enjoyed myself in Dubai, so I would definitely return, and it would be just traveling with others.
Okay. And that's the same here. For me, it's not a place where I would break my savings to get to. Again, it's not like my Egypt experience where I think I can go to Egypt ongoing, or my Ghana experience that I do constantly. I just think I experienced it. If someone wants to go back and I have extra cash to do so, I would go with them.
It's checked out. It's a check on the bucket list.
It's a check on the bucket list. Been there, and yep. I can tell you I've got to go back. We didn't have dinner in the sky, and there are some other things that you can do in Dubai that some of them we may not have done, but I don't really travel just to do excursions. I think I've learned, I've seen, that's enough for me. Is there any comment that you'd like to make about the benefits of traveling to the UAE or anywhere? Any comments you'd like to make?
Get your passport. If you don't have your passport, get your passport. And I say this to everyone. I got a passport right when I graduated from college. And within the first few months of me graduating from college, I was going out the country on spring break. Spring break for my job, not spring break from college, but spring break, for my job. So I enjoy that. That's all I can say. Get a passport and get out the country and travel, because it's a humbling experience. It would definitely show you what life is like outside of the U.S. And believe me, there is life outside of the U.S.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful. It is.
It is.
But you got to have that open mindset about it.
And leave your Western and American ideologies and perspectives and views at the door.
At home.
At home.
And at home.
Like Miss Regina said, no expectations, right? And go. And I like that. Get a passport. As a Black person in America, everybody needs a passport.
Yes.
And that's for other reasons as well. But let me say this about traveling. Get the passport, like she said, and traveling is a humbling experience. But you stay tuned, because I hear people say to me all the time, I don't have money like you, and I can't just I don't have money either, but there are ways to travel. You don't have to compromise where you stay, how you stay, what you do. And I'll talk to you about that. Listen, all I want to do is learn from you and you learn from me. So together we can be better. We can grow and glow. That's it. That's all this is about. I appreciate you viewing. Thank you, Miss Regina, for your time.
For having me.
Stay tuned. We'll have another one. Make sure you check out our Abu Dhabi video. Like, share. I want to hear from you. Comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be blessed.
Bye.